Come on, Brother T. Give it up for him, y'all.
I'm going to start off with something very interesting, because it's a very interesting conversation we've had about the minister and that saxophone. And it's only going to be like 2 of my minutes. Because a lot of people made comments about, I look different when I have my blazer on and I have my blazer off, like I'm a totally different person, right? So I was with the minister the other day, and we was talking, and he mentioned he was at a meeting with his sister the entire time. Then he passed out his business cards to them, and she's like, "Oh, you the sax preacher." He was sitting there in the meeting with her the whole time, the entire time, but it wasn't until she seen the business card that she realized it was him. Another quick story he told me about when Jesse Jackson Sr. was at an event. He walked past the minister, shook his hand like he was a normal person. You know what I'm saying? And he was on the stage speaking. The minister was sitting on the stage, never recognized him. Then the minister went to get a saxophone. Put a saxophone on. He said, "Oh yeah, we got the sax preacher gonna play for us." The man was sitting behind you the whole time. It just talks about, it's funny how God covers us. The covering of God when you are one of the ones. But quickly, when we talk about coming out of her, I only mentioned Christmas and my mother calling me for a specific reason. Because last year when I first came into the temple, I spent this day with us. I spent this day and the day of reflection with the temple. And the minister asked me, when I came last year, did I feel like I missed out on any parties or any celebrations or just being with my family at that time? And I really had to sit back and reflect on the fact that I didn't, and was trying to figure out why I didn't feel any type of way that I wasn't with my family, that my friends was having all type of parties and all type of events, but I was okay with coming into the temple and spending that time inside of the temple, being the edifice of, not the edifice, but with the temple family. And as I thought about that more and more, and as I just reflected on the conversation that we was having earlier about the situation of our people and then being able to come out of her, it's interesting to really think about what in me made it okay for me to understand that my family and this holiday did not take away my love for my family. The minister made a good point when he was speaking about his sister adjusted to him. See, when we're sitting in this world and we're different, or let's say unique, because I don't like the word different so much, but when we are unique and this world does not fit us, we are not sent here to adjust to it. We're sent here to make the adjustments. See, when we look at the world as it needs to be adjusted, as the minister speaks, as he just said, this world is ruled by the white man.
That's right.
Who is the white man when we literally look at their history? When you look at the history of the white man, all you see is death and destruction. I don't care where you look at their history, from the Irish to the Romans, to the Phoenicians, to the Greeks, to the Russians, to the Europeans, to Britain, to America. Their history is death and destruction.
That's right.
Now, let's look at the total polar opposite of that. Let's look at the history of black people and all over the world. When you look at the ones who were in Mesoamerica, when you look at the ones that are on the continent of Africa, you don't see that death and destruction. You see empowerment, you see love, you see family, you see communities being built. Even you see a person like Mansa Musa, who understood the wealth that he had and just spread it across all of Africa. He made a mistake when he crossed that over into Europe, but we're not going to talk about that mistake. But it was just that love, and we understood that we was prosperous. And even the pharaohs, before the Greeks came in, no, before the Persians came in and took over ancient kingdom, before the Greeks came, because we don't understand that after a certain century, we wasn't that no more. So we can't be mad about the Gods of Egypt movie, because at that time, we might not have been there, because we already lost it because we got big-headed. But we as a people, that death and destruction is not in our history. You cannot find it. You have the revolt and us reacting to it, because even in the Quran and in the Bible, it talks about God, people. Yes, we fight. We understand war, but if it's a war that is just fight to take over land that was not rightfully ours, as the Europeans have done, as the Greeks have done. If you look at the old Roman Empire, it expanded a very vast land, because and every land they went to, and I just was thinking about the barbaricness of the white man. If they look at their history, how could you go into a village, burn down the village, and then just start killing all the children? How could you be okay with that? How can your mind, because that means two things. One, you are not, it's a part of you that can't be human. There's something about you that does not have a heart. Because if we as black people, and this is something that I do, I see a bird that happened to have died and is on the side of the road, or a dog that got hit by a car, we sometimes stop and be like, oh my God, that animal is dead. And I personally think we don't clean it up off the street because we don't want to mess with it. When we die as a people, we put shrines up on where the dead person was killed in that spot to give reverence to them. We pour out liquor for our dead homies, not understanding how African that is, but we do it because it's dead, it's embedded in our DNA to be like that. Something that's also been I want to say pacified in us is the spirit to fight back. Some of us are descendants of the Akan people, and something that the Akan say, if they kill one of us, we kill two of them. I think we got some catching up to do.
Yes, sir.